Is struggle necessary?
That's kind of like a trick question to me, only because a lot of us that have gone through it, we would have preferred not to. But then I look at those of us that have gone through it, and it's things that break the average down that we would move through so easily, because we look at it like that's it. You allowed that to ruin you, that you couldn't walk in these shoes then. If that was minor, that was like a scratch, that didn't even break the skin. So yeah, I would, me personally, I would say not all struggle is necessary, but some, yeah, you can't be a winner all the time. Then how would you know how you react if you lose?
Alright, what are the name of these sneakers?
These are Air Max Deluxe. Let me see. Air Max Deluxe, Air Max 97s, and Kanye West Louis Vuitton Downs.
We're just gonna focus on that first shoe that you got right
All
there.
right.
Let me know when you want more solution.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more. Actually, just drop some in the. That'll make it easy. So that way we ain't gotta. That work. Thank you.
What makes your everyday sneaker an everyday sneaker?
Comfort, durability. Really, for me, it's just breaking them in. Breaking them in, make them an everyday sneaker for me. Something that I could just throw on and go. Doesn't have to coordinate, just put them on and take off. Make it an everyday sneaker for me.
What do you expect of your everyday sneaker?
Longevity. Most definitely, longevity. Doesn't have to be expensive, just comfort. Most shoes that last are the cheapest ones.
What is it like to work for the Metro in DC?
You gonna get me fat. It is interesting. To say the least. Great job, great benefits, wonderful people. Whew, that's a broad question to ask. So I'm gonna try to hit it from a couple different angles. As far as the job is concerned, not the hardest job. As long as you do your job, no one bothers you. When it comes to the patrons, people are people. So I'm a doctor, a lawyer, a firefighter, a brother, son, a grandson, counselor, therapist, a bouncer. It range for me in particular. The saddest aspect of my job is how it has caused me to look at my people. I look at us differently. Not always through the best eyes. We got a lot of work to do. That's the That's the gist of it for me. We got a lot of work to do, and a lot of it isn't our fault. But I don't see where it's kind of hard to answer it the way that I want to answer it, because you want to say we don't do better, but under the same breath, you don't even know if we know how, in a sense. And the ones that do, you follow the lead of the ones that don't know how, because if nothing is being said or done with them, then why waste your time trying to do right? In the sense of, from an example standpoint, I'll see someone load up and get ready. I pull up. I can see you with your fare card in your hand. But because that man standing in front of you didn't pay, you don't pay either. And it's not because you don't know right from wrong. You looking at it like he did. So why do I? It's kind of like a follow the leader thing. And I don't see too many leaders in society right now. I just see a lot of people following what the next man do or has done. So it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate thing. But overall, amazing job. This is every day. This is a everyday thing. So you battle demons on a daily basis. So yeah.
What's the best thing that's happened to you as a Metro driver and the worst thing that's happened to you as a Metro driver?
Best thing, still have a job. Worst thing, I have had a gun pulled on me twice for $2. So, gift and a curse. I made it home, so that was the blessing in it. I didn't die over that $2.
What's the benefits of being a part of a union?
The first thing that came to mind was brotherhood, but it's a woman there too. It's a extended family who, over the years, you spend more time with than your own. So they tend to know you a lot better than your own know you. So it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. And I'm a part of a good union, so can't really complain there. I haven't had a situation where I've taken a problem to them that it wasn't solved. I've heard stories or know people who said my union's trash. I don't have that outlook on mine. So that's another benefit of the job. It's somebody there to help you fight your battles.
What are 3 lessons that you've learned from being a part of a union?
Patience, drive, and it's given me a level of stability in life that I didn't have before. So, yeah, it's an inner peace when you can go to sleep at night and don't have to worry about what you're looking forward to tomorrow. You don't know if you're gonna walk through that door and somebody's gonna say, "Hey, let me come here, let me talk to you." I don't have to have a conversation with the higher ups without representation. Everybody can't say that. So, yeah, it's a piece to that.
Is it possible to strike a work-life balance as a driver in DC?
No, but you can't find a soft spot. A lot of compromising, especially if not everybody's married like I am. If you're in I know a lot of marriages and relationships that was tanked because of this job, because it is demanding on a daily basis. I I don't just count the physical hours that I spend driving the bus as a part of my everyday work hours. It starts from when I wake up and my feet touch the floor. I know where I'm getting dressed to go to. So on a daily basis, I might be at work 14, 15 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with somebody that's needy or clingy, you're gonna have some problems, because especially if in my situation, I was lucky. Before I got married, I was already in the company, so she met me like this. It's situations where you have people coming in who don't do this or wasn't doing this when they met the person, and you had that time to spend with them. But coming in, because we are a union, your seniority falls where it is. You may not get off those hours that you was getting off before. You might have a graveyard shift. She might not see. She might work while you're home, and you might work while she's home. So it's a conversation that needs to be had. I mean, you reap the benefits, but how can I say it? Nobody minds reaping the benefits of the job, but the job itself causes problems for relationships. Your significant other don't mind you spending the money that you spend on them because you're making it, but you don't have the time to invest in the relationship anymore. So it could definitely take a toll on your home life. It just depends on all that you're willing to give up for that. If you don't mind losing your loved one, this is the job for you. Or you got to find somebody that is okay with you working the way you're going to have to work. It ain't easy. I will say that it ain't easy.
Is the check worth it?
Hell yeah. It is most definitely worth it. Yeah. I would be lying. I would be lying if I said, oh no, it's not. Yes, it is. You think we put up with what we put up with for nothing? Yeah. Every time the one of us think about quitting, you think nobody else is going to do what Metro does. I mean, we have help. Like, you don't just go through it. We have an EAP department. You have a mental health department. So if you need them, you just call and let the job know, I need to speak to somebody. I had a rough day today. So it's not just hard and there's no help. Because, you got them jobs where you just gonna have to deal with this and keep it. No, we have channels in different departments that we can get in contact with and say, I need somebody to talk to or something like that. So it's not all bad. But boy, if we did, the amount of buses that probably would go missing.
What's the benefit of having a mental health department at your job?
The stress levels. I can't say they aren't high, but they don't stay there. You can't decompress. Most of us, and when I say us, I mean black people, we don't use the resources that's at our fingertips. It's a stigma behind it for us. If I go and say I need help, then something is wrong with me. Something is wrong with all of us. When I started to see a therapist, I didn't know I had that much to talk about. She just said, we can see if you want to. You don't have to say anything. You spend an hour just sitting here. And be wasting your money, but you can start, I said, I don't know what you want to know. She said, it's not what I want to know. It's what you're okay with sharing. And you start small and somehow you end up reaching into some of them old pockets. You're like, damn, I didn't even know that was still in there. And yeah, it's beneficial. I actually got the therapist that I have through my job. I had death in the family, and I called to let them know that I don't think I could do the job today. And because of the intense level of, most of the time you could be having an amazing day. The person that get on your bus may not. I've been cussed out for saying good morning. And ain't shit about this morning good. What you mean? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way, but it is a good morning for me. And so, already knowing that about myself, let me know. One thing that Metro tells you is, you know when you wake up in the morning what today is going to be for you. If it ain't a good day, don't come in here and lose your job. See you tomorrow. If you know, and most of the time, you know that today ain't a good day for you. And what you got to deal with. Pick your battles. So, that bit of advice, I took that and ran with it. I know today ain't a good day for me. Connect me to somebody. And I, as an adult, that was the first time I felt that I had no control over my emotions, because they were riding that high, and I'm not gonna lose my job. The slightest anything, and it was one of those feelings where you could have sucked your teeth that day. I'd have lost my job. So I was like, nah. So they connected me to our EAP department, and they referred me to an outsourced therapist, and she helped me work through some major things. It went beyond the grieving, and it went into family, and it went into marriage, and I just came to you because I couldn't do my job today, and I stayed. I didn't even realize that I needed it beyond the grieving process. And I was like, you know what, I like this, and I'm seeing me change the relationships in my life through talking to you. It's things that I once accepted that I thought were okay that I no longer accept anymore. It's things I used to do that I thought was okay that I don't do anymore, or say that I don't say anymore. Because you become more aware when you getting that type of feedback from somebody. And it's different than calling your homie, calling your sister, calling your mother. Those type of opinions are biased. You just got somebody listening and saying, why don't you try this way? See if that worked for you. I never thought about doing it that way. All right, I'm gonna give that a chance. And it ended up working. So I definitely thank her for that.
Just keep going, you're good. How would you say you treat yourself compared to your everyday sneaker?
A lot better than my everyday sneaker. I don't even know how to answer that. But as far as that, your everyday sneaker is like that. It fit like a glove. Like you wear it everywhere. You don't care where you going. You put it in a car. So I'm not sure how to answer that one. How do you treat yourself compared to your everyday sneaker?
Do you treat yourself better than your everyday sneaker?
Do I? That's a deep one. I would like to say yes. Not quite sure about that. Because at times, I get walked over and walked on, just like my everyday sneaker. So, I don't know. Let's be honest, I don't know. I would like to say yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I clean myself up every now and then. That's my everyday sneaker. After being stepped on and walked on. So, nah. I think me and my everyday sneaker run neck and neck. Yeah.
Would you say your everyday sneakers have taken you closer to your dreams?
Yeah. Because I know where I was before them. I know where I am in them. And I know where I'm trying to get them to help me get to. So yeah.
What would you say it takes to become your everyday sneaker?
Drive, durability, and they have to be able to move with my ambitions. They have to be able to move with my ambitions. Most definitely.
What is one thing you've come to learn about yourself through your struggles?
I'm a lot tougher than I thought. Cliche, but you don't know what you're capable of getting through until you're forced to have to go through it. Yeah. You really don't know.
If you could have a conversation with who you used to be, what are 3 pieces of advice you'd give to him?
Speak up a lot sooner. You're gonna be okay. And don't change. Don't change. There. Those would be 3 pieces of advice that I would give to the old me. Life is nothing without struggle. It's just all in what we do with it. Some of us allow them struggles to break you down. Others use them to build themselves up. It's just all in you. So yeah, those would be 3 pieces of advice that I would give the old me.
Is struggle necessary?
That's kind of like a trick question to me, only because a lot of us that have gone through it, we would have preferred not to. But then I look at those of us that have gone through it, and it's things that break the average down that we would move through so easily, because we look at it like that's it. You allowed that to ruin you, that you couldn't walk in these shoes then. If that was minor, that was like a scratch, that didn't even break the skin. So yeah, I would, me personally, I would say not all struggle is necessary, but some, yeah, you can't be a winner all the time. Then how would you know how you react if you lose? So to a certain extent, yes, I believe that some struggle is necessary. That, to me, that question goes to growing up. You know, you played on a football team. If you didn't win a championship, everybody didn't get a trophy. You weren't the winner. Now, everybody gets a trophy. Why? They have nothing to strive for. If you know you're going to get rewarded anyway, why win? So, that's how I look at that. If I know I'm going to get a trophy anyway, I don't have to be the best. I can just be me, and I'm going to still get a trophy. So, no. I think you need some type of struggle. It gives balance.
How important is it to your job for you to understand DC culture?
I'm a born and raised Washingtonian, so I don't even know how to answer that, because I am DC culture. I don't expect everybody to understand us. I don't expect everybody to get us. But one thing for sure and two things for certain: you always respect the culture. If you walk in a room full of Washingtonians, you know we there. Wherever we go, you know we there. So, yeah, I really don't. I couldn't even answer that in a way that would make sense to me, because I'm biased on it. I don't need you to like me or understand.
For this shoe, I'd say let's do the dream shoe, because I got someone pulling up at 3:15 for the second interview.
All right.
Don't take the shoe out to ask the next question. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Yeah. Honesty is key. Whew.
What are the name of these sneakers?
Kanye West, Louis Vuitton Dons. Never worn much. Just got the bottoms.
Got you. Just choose one at a time. Which one you gonna be working on?
I'm gonna take this one.
Are these one of your dream pair of sneakers?
Most definitely. This is a lot of people's dream pair of sneaker. I just was fortunate enough to be able to grab a pair. This has been one of my dream sneakers for like a decade and a half.
What makes a dream pair of sneakers a dream pair of sneakers?
It's something that is damn near impossible to obtain. That's what makes a dream pair of sneaker. I can only speak on that from my perspective, because everybody has a different idea of what makes a dream pair of sneaker a dream pair of sneakers for me is something that you don't see every day. Yeah, and you probably will only see once in a lifetime. To me, this is one of them sneakers that you're not gonna see. One, because it's almost 20 years old, and then two, because they've always been hard to find, get your hands on. So, yeah, most definitely one of the dream sneakers.
Do you think it's important to dream?
For many reasons, yes. Most definitely important to dream. That's where the world's greatest gifts come from, dreams. It wasn't just people waking up and saying, I want to do something amazing today. It was a dream that they made reality, so yeah. Dreaming is most definitely important. Sometimes reality can be way too much. Most definitely important to dream. Yeah.
Do you remember the events that led up to this dream purchase?
Hunting. I'm a sneaker connoisseur. Like, I have some really rare sneakers, and it's been really hard to find one. In this particular shoe, the sizing is crazy. Like, European sizing, it depends on who makes the shoe, the style, the design, the cut. So this is a UK 10, which is equivalent to a US 11. If you don't know that and you get an 11, you actually win a 12. So that was the hardest part for years, like looking at different people videos and listening to them say get a 9.5. That's a 10.5 11. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't wear 10.5, so
yeah, that was more in the social media than the YouTube era.
Yeah. So I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, it fits two sizes. Like, I don't want a shoe that fits two sizes. I just want a shoe that fits a size 11. Is it closer to a 10.5 than an 11? Like, you start asking questions like that. So I was finally able to grab them. I stepped out on faith and was like, I see more people saying the 10 is an 11, so I'm gonna just get the 10. And it actually is an 11. So I kind of lucked up and got them.
Tell me the story behind purchasing these sneakers and how luck was on your side.
Searched for a couple years. I want to say I really started looking for them. I was looking for them for about 4 years. And every time I came across them, I was ready to pull a trigger. I always ended up purchasing another expensive sneaker, and I'm like, I had to wait to get them. So I kind of missed them quite a few times, and so they came back around again, and the person that had them was selling them for way under the value of them. So I was like, if I don't grab them now, these not gonna sit long. And reached out to the guy. We went back and forth, trying to figure out the price that worked for the both of us. And it was a waiting game for me. for him to accept the offer that I made him for him. And I prayed. I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning, he'd accepted the offer, so I just paid for him. And yeah, this is kind of like I can't really say the end all be all to grills, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there as far as grills are concerned when it comes to sneakers. There's a lot of people that don't like them, but those that are in the sneaker culture that understand the era that these came, like that was a hell of a run for hip hop. Like that was a hell of a run for hip hop. So it's not even so much as about the fashion as it is the nostalgia of it, and just to remember when you wearing them, like what albums you were listening to during that time, what fashion was during that era. And yeah, in DC we've been through some phases when it comes to fashion. So like yeah, that's what it does for me. Like man, I remember where I was when I first seen that shoe and what I was listening to, what album he had out during that time.
Tell me about that time.
Man, that was around the graduation 808 Dark Twisted Fantasy era. Those were late teen, early 20s, mid 20s. So you kind of like went through, and during that time we were in a recession. When that was like straight out of high school, went straight into a recession. Like yeah. So it was like, damn, you've been pushed all this time to become an adult and live your life, and then you turn around and you're like, damn, I can't even leave home. So yeah, I remember that era, but like, it was the music during that time that got you through some of the hardest times. So yeah, back then I would have never thought that I would have had access to these sneakers ever. I was like, it's them. By the time I'm able to get my hands on the pair, I think they were selling for like between 5,000 and 10,000 during that time. Only celebrities was getting their hands on them, so I was like, yeah, not a celebrity. I'm not paying $10,000 for no shoe. That's a nice used car. Or during that time, which is crazy, you could have potentially paid your rent for the whole year with $10,000, depending on where you were in the city. That's crazy. Yeah, so.
Were these before or after the Red Octobers?
These were way before the Red Octobers. Like 4 or 5 years before the Red Octobers. Which you gotta be in the sneaker culture to understand. Like, everybody keep talking about that's his first. No. That was not his first all red shoe. It's actually a even more rare pair than these that I wish I could find. They're like peanut butter and black. Like, never seen them on anybody's feet, but they were crazy. Yeah. Red October suck compared to these. My opinion. Can't wear Red Octobers with a suit. It just looks dumb. You can dress these up or down, and you're not getting in certain establishments with the Red Octobers on. I'm gonna get in with these on.
I've seen both in person. You could do a Red October with a suit.
Yeah, but nobody's letting you in their establishment with a sneaker on your foot.
I think back in that day, no, but now
it doesn't. Yeah, because nobody clubs anymore. Changed, yeah. Yeah, I remember when Pop.
Yeah.
That era. Mm-hmm. Tank top. What? Where you going?
Ironically, one of my boys was the last managers of Park right around the time that it's closed, and our mutual friend who had Red Octobers was always in love. And Park, well, not Park, mainly Love over Park. So he's the last manager of Love before it closed.
Boy, that was the era. Man. For Ibiza.
Yep.
Love. Platinum.
Bliss was wild.
Bliss. H2O. Stadium. The real stadium. Now this shit after, I don't even know what, 2010? It started going the hell out of that. But yeah. I won't even say 2010. I'm going to say like 2015, 2016.
Well,
it was still jumping.
Everybody outsourced by that point.
Yeah,
so
like a lot of stars came out of there.
The community that came up in the circuit moved to other places with stronger markets.
Yeah.
But as we both know, the pandemic's changed a lot of things since then.
And it changed it. Yeah, it changed it in a bad way.
Yeah.
It changed the city nightlife in a bad way. It's not, for me, what I realized, I was a partier every night, like every night of the week. I shouldn't say this, but I would go out partying and stay out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at 6 on the bus. DC nightlife, DC doesn't sleep. Like people think New York doesn't sleep.
It does now. Before, it didn't used to sleep.
I mean, if you know where to go, DC still, DC still don't sleep. I've walked in establishments at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and came out at 12 in the afternoon. So that's why I said DC don't sleep.
And you just go grab lunch.
Yeah. So I laugh when I've been to New York and walked the streets at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, been the only person outside in a busy city like that. So I'm like, nah, y'all sleep. We don't sleep. You always see somebody on the streets in DC. I don't care what time of day it is. Yeah.
For the tops, you're gonna avoid cleaning those because those are suede going into the leather.
Yes.
All right, then I'd say grab the third pair of sneakers.
Okay. Yeah, this I don't know if it
Did you want to hold them up to the camera one last time?
I didn't know if they were gonna
What's the dopest story you remember in those sneakers?
For me?
Yeah.
The dopest story that I remember in these. I've always been in love with these. What drove me to have them at some point in my life. I'll never forget Kanye performing Douchebags on the VMAs in an all red suit with these on. No props on the stage, just a soundboard and a microphone. And I just like, damn, I gotta have that shoe he got on his feet. Like that was the dopest, that was the dopest performance ever to me. So yeah, I had to, from that day till I obtained them, like I would periodically go back and look at that video and be like, damn, I'm gonna have them at some point. So this is just one of many grails that I had.
How does it feel to have a part of history?
Can't really speak on that because when it huge, like I said, huge sneaker collector. I have a couple staple pieces when it comes to history of especially sneakers. Each give you a different feeling, but it all takes you back to a time in your life. For me, my dad was a hustler growing up. When him and my mom were together, I always had the freshest sneakers. But she always used to tell my dad, you need to break them out of that habit, because if, we split up, I'm not keeping this up. This way more important thing. That was their argument. It's way more important thing. Bills and yada, yada, yada. But,
Was she right?
oh, most definitely. Most definitely. But as a kid, you don't want to hear that. I want my shoes. So, when they split, those things did stop. So I had to find a means to continue on the trend that my dad set. And one of the things he said to me before he passed was that I took what he started to a whole nother level, and he can just see the monster he created with this, because I've been, it's people who like sneakers, and then it's people who live, eat, and breathe sneakers. I'm one of them people that I can tell you where I was. I can see a shoe that's on your foot that's been retroed 1,000,000 times and tell you what year that model is that you have on your foot. I could tell you if it's the 2001 11s or the 2009 versus the 2020. Like, I'm that deep into the sneaker culture. So yeah, it's a real lifestyle for some of us. It's a real lifestyle. And a lot of it, once you become an adult, is you being able to get the things that you wanted for yourself. Being able to get the things that you wanted for yourself. Like remembering where you were during that time in that era for that particular shoe. I got sneakers in my closet older than me. Just because I remember seeing people with them on growing up and not knowing that those weren't a part of my era. But just remember seeing them coming up on certain people. A grill that I'm searching for right now is the Gucci sneakers from '84 that Jay-Z did the S. Carters off of. I don't want the retro that came out a few years back. I want that, because the stories that I've always heard from that era of the sneaker game, like, it's crazy. And they like came in models that weren't re-released in my era. So yeah, that's a grill that I'm currently looking for. A pair of old Gucci sneakers.
What are the name of these sneakers?
These are Air Max 97, the limited edition Puerto Rico pair.
I noticed there was a flag on the
on the tongue.
Pair,
Yeah,
on the bottom.
Yeah. Where's it at on this one?
On the other sneaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So it's on the bottom of the left foot and the
on
tongue.
on the top of the tongue.
What's the importance of these sneakers?
So when I grabbed this particular pair, I actually wanted the silver bullets, but I had an opportunity to purchase a pair that were, I guess, more limited. So I kind of stepped over the silver bullets and was just like, yeah, let me grab these. Bitch, sitting here talking about those, I'll probably go purchase when I leave. Just think about them, because I don't have a pair of the silver bullet. Yeah. It's basically the same shoe. They just put the Puerto Rico flag on it. But it came with like a nice towel and some other stuff. But
Was it a Puerto Rico design towel?
yeah, it's
I know what you're talking
yeah.
about,
Yeah.
Damn, that towel is almost as big as the sneaker. Actually, now I think about it.
Yeah. I don't even. It's still in the box. Just I leave everything in it. I don't change any of the laces. I leave them factory lace. I don't. Simple. I'm in it for the shoe. I am not. I don't need to do none of that. None of that. Swapping nothing out. But yeah, man. I got into the sneaker game because of my dad. Yeah. He brought me into this world.
What would you say are the 3 important lessons your dad taught you?
Love hard, even when you don't want to. Listen, even when you don't want to hear. And even at times, you may not feel like it. Family always comes first. Family always comes first. The drive I got from my mom, the wit I got from both of them, but more so my mom. Passion I got from my mom. My dad wasn't much of a provider, but he loved hard. So it was I had to strike a balance between my father and my dad. People say I always get it backwards, but for me, I got it correct. So I'll explain to you what I mean. When my mom and my dad broke up, she met my father, because I've always felt like a dad gives a child what he thinks a child wants. A father gives a child things they never had. So, my father is a provider, but his love is like a Rubik's Cube. You have to match the colors before you quite figure out, this is love. Whereas my dad, there was no question about the love. He just never had much to offer. So people always think that you blessed or it's beneficial when you have, your parent has somebody that step in, and it's not always a blessing. And when you have two that are total opposite, night and day, because you spending the bulk of your time with one, but the other is still there. So you're pulling from both of them for the man that you're growing into, but all of who they are doesn't always work for you. So I had to cipher through the things that I'm gonna spend my money, but you don't get time, man. I've been okay, I'm gonna give you time, but I'm not gonna spend that much money, man. You have to, it's a balance. It's a balance to having multiple parents. So yeah, it's a thing. And one got lucky because the other caught the hell that belonged to the other one. So yeah, they came back after all of the hard work was done. So yeah.
What would be 2 pieces of advice you'd give to someone that's never taken therapy before?
Don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to open up. And it's okay to let go. I think that's another part of it that comes along with the stigma around therapy. These things that have driven me most of my life. What do I do when I let them go? Who am I when they're gone? These things that drive me, who am I when they're gone? I know, me personally, you hold on to the war wounds, and periodically you know, they were stitched up. You rip them open because you see that at times your drive might slack or something like that. You dig back into those wounds to re-energize yourself. Well, this is who I really am. You tell your stories. You tell your war story. And you never truly find peace holding on to those bad things. For me, you need that good cry. You gotta let that out. That ugly, snot, drooling, kick some stuff around the house, scream, holler. You need that. You got. It's the only way. If that's your way of getting it out, you got to get it out, because the longer you hold on, it only do more damage. Only do more damage to you. So yeah, those would be my 2 pieces of advice. Firm believer in God doesn't put more on you than you can handle. If you made it this far, you can let it go. You can let it go. So yeah. This is a damn my shoes.